So 我而家咧就，所以咧我喺呢度講俾大家聽，呢個八相成佛就係因為應化而現嘅。So now I'm going to tell you about this, the 8 steps of presentation of the Gautama, the Buddha, in this human world. The eight steps or eight manifestations or 8 stages of manifestations. 八相第一相就係投胎。但係有好多咧就講第一相咧就係由兜率來源落嚟，然後先至託胎嘅。但係我自己覺得咧，另外一種説法我自己比較接受就係而家我跟住講嘅説法。So in many other presentations, the first step is really not the conception. The first step is coming down from the Tusita heaven, and then the second step is the conception. But I prefer, there are 2 ways of actually presenting this, the 8 stages of liberation, or the 8 stages of the Buddha's life in this sentient being's world. But I prefer this presentation myself, so I use this. But a lot of presentations talking about the first step as coming down from the Tusita heaven. 咁啊，第一就託胎啦，託胎就係佢媽媽夢中有人啦有人。咁 so the first one is the conception is his mother actually conceived him in his dreams, okay, in her dreams. 第二就出生啦 ，the second one is taking birth, okay. 呢個好快講嘅啫。第三就係第三呢個就係分別啦，呢個就係嗰個分別，好多就係冇講呢個seeing sufferings 見苦。我覺得佛陀最重要嘅就係要落嚟係讓我哋知道呢個苦，所以佢第一個講法就係講苦集滅道，講4聖諦。但係好多講八相成道咧就冇講呢個見苦嘅。但係有啲講八相成道咧有講見苦嘅，所以我選擇呢個八相成道。So a lot of people who actually talking about these 8 stages, they did not mention this seeing sufferings. They only mentioned this is not in the 8 steps, but instead the first step is the coming down from the Tusita heaven. But I think this step is actually very crucial, because why? The whole teaching of him starting with the Four Noble Truths. So seeing sufferings is actually crucial to the step to the path of liberation. That's why I took this version, okay? 所以我選擇呢個version 選擇係用呢個方向去講。第4個就出家啦。出家啦 The fourth one is renounce, to leave home. 第5個咧就喺成佛嗰陣時咧開降魔啦。So the fifth one is, the 5th stage is he subdue all the Mara when he was going through the process of reaching enlightenment. 第6個咧就係成道。The 6th one is attained enlightenment. 咁第7個就轉法輪啦。轉法輪咧就係講4聖諦啦。So the 7th one is turn the first Dharma wheel. Okay, so turn the Dharma wheel is talking about the Four Noble Truths. 咁第8個咧就涅槃啦。The 8th step, the 8th stage is entered into Nirvana. So this is the 8 stages of the Buddha enter into the Nirvana. 咁我哋翻去之前啦，佢話還來歸家，諸子飲毒或失本心或不失者。 Okay, so we come back to that passage before this 8 stages of liberation. Is that those children who have not lost their minds or who have lost their minds? So we'll look at them. 我哋究竟咩叫做不失者？咩叫做失本心者呢？咁 So we first look at those who have not lost their minds. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put the English one in. Have not lost. The first one is have not lost. The second one is have lost. 我哋先講不失嘅。當你知道咩叫不失嘅時候，你就知道咩叫失啦。So when you understand the one which has not lost, then you will know what does it mean by those who have lost. Okay? So the one who have not lost, that means that 佢不失者，即係話佢本性冇迷到。即係話點啊？個佛性冇點樣？冇失到，而佢個善根亦都冇點樣？冇俾所有嘅毒去遮蓋到。所以咧點樣啊？佢呢個宿生嘅善根咧冇流失到，所以佢雖然有流轉於生死，但係佢呢個佛性，佢呢個善根冇流失到，所以佢點啊？佢見到父親會認得，會希望父親會救佢哋。好啦，失本心者。迷失本性者 have lost their Buddha nature, the real Buddha nature, or you can 迷失本性，即係話佢本身嗰個佛性，佢迷失，但係呢個迷失即係話佢哋嗰個煩惱心好重好重，遮蓋住晒佢所有嘅善根。So this one have lost their Buddha nature. I should actually say that I think the defilements is so strong that actually is completely mask the Buddha nature. The dust is so thick. So it's here it says translated have lost the Buddha nature. I think I didn't do a good translation here. It's really covering, masking the Buddha nature. Because the defilements are so strong. OK？ 但係雖然佢失咗，或者佢不失，但係佢都記得佢爸爸喎，都認得爸爸喎。點解啊？因為係爸爸嘛，但係有個分別啦，有失嘅同不失嘅就有分別啦。Even though they have lost or they have not lost, but they recognize their father. But there is a difference after recognizing. OK 好啦，之後點樣啊？佢話父見子等苦惱如是，依諸經方求好藥草，色香味美，皆悉具足，途西和合，與子令服。而作是言：此大良藥，色香味美，皆悉具足，汝等可服，速除苦惱，無復縱患。佢話呢個爸爸見到佢哋咁凄涼啊，咁多煩惱啊，依諸經方啊，依諸經方即係依所有依經咧，依諸經即係睇佢哋嘅根氣有幾多，根氣有幾多嘅時候，求好藥草，求好藥草，藥草就代表咩咧？代表經律論。代表經律論，色香美味代表乜嘢呢？色香美味就係代表佛陀所講嘅法，包括大乘法。大乘入邊教我哋點樣修戒定慧嘅法，戒悉具足。呢啲藥草啊，呢個經律論入邊啊，全部都係講戒定慧啊。途西和合即係乜嘢啊？種種嘅方便說法，將佢點樣啊？整好佢，等啲仔去食啊！ 食咗點樣啊？話俾佢聽，此大良藥，汝等可服。你哋可以食呢個藥啦，呢個係好好嘅藥。食咗點樣啊？你哋就會好多苦惱，就呢啲苦惱就會全部冇晒㗎啦。So here it says， 汝等可服，即係話你食咗咧，即係話點樣啊？你哋要明白，你哋要相信，你哋要去了解，了解完之後，你要去引證，即係話由信解行之後，然後點樣啊？然後就可以了脫自己嘅苦啊。Okay, so the father sees his children in such suffering and agony. The father sees the children in such sufferings and agony, and following various formulas. Various formulas, that means according to the faculties of the beings. The fathers see that what are the faculties of the children, and then he is able to what? Look for good medicine. What does good medicine mean? The good medicine means all the sutras, all the commentaries, and all the vijnanas, all the precepts. Right? So you all know about these three canons. Yeah? And and perfect in color, fragrance, and flavor. So what does it mean? It means in all these teachings, in all these three canons, what does it teach? What do they teach? To teach the precepts, to teach all the samadhi, to teach the wisdom in this great Mahayana teachings there. Yeah? So the fragrance, the color, the flavor means the three stages of cultivation. Then he pounds, sifts, and mixes them. What does it mean? That means what? He uses all different kinds of techniques, all different kinds of skillful means to present this wonderful medicine to the children who are suffering in agony. And then he said, take it. What does it mean by take it? That means you have to have this faith. You have to understand. And then you have to practice. And then what else? You have to be able to experience and to able to free yourself from the illness. So that means you take it over there. You take it. After you take it, what does it do? It helps you to eradicate all the defilements, and then your illness will not return. 無復縱患，你個病就唔會再返轉頭啦。Okay? 哎呀 ，sorry. Okay, I thought I didn't actually write it all out. Actually, I write it all out. 我以為冇寫出嚟，原來寫晒出嚟。觀機施教，大乘妙法，講晒㗎啦。Pound sips 方便善巧說法。OK， 汝等可服 ，take it， 信解行證 ，practice with faith and verify with your experience. So, you see, just a few lines, but it carries such a deep meaning. It's such a deep metaphor. 雖然幾行字啫嘛，係咪？4-5行字，但係實在嗰個內容原來係講咁多嘢。好啦，咁佢個仔咯喎 ，OK，then the sons. 其諸之中不失心者，見此良藥，色香俱好，即便服之，病盡除愈。如失心者，見其父來，雖亦歡喜問訊，求索治病，言於其藥而不肯服。所以者何？毒氣深入，失本心故，於此好色香藥而為不美。好 ，OK。So here it says, those have not lost their mind seeing the excellent medicine, they took it. But those who have lost their minds, they are happy to see their father returning, but they didn't want to take the medicine. Even the medicine was given to them. Why? Because the poison has penetrated so deep into them that they have lost their mind. Even though this medicine has such good color and fragrance, they think it is no good. So 嗰啲不失心者見此良藥，色香俱好，食咗之後就好咗啦。So those who have not lost their mind, they took the medicine, they get cured. 呢個即係話乜嘢？不失心者即係話嗰啲頓悟嘅菩薩，有能夠明白佛法嗰種嘅智慧，因為佢上根上氣，佢嘅善根成熟啦。失心者即係話乜嘢？失心者即係話冇智慧嘅人，即係話漸悟嘅菩薩，善根仲未夠成熟。So those who have not lost their mind, actually is analogous to those people who have sharp faculties, and they can just jump into enlightenment, understanding, just like this. That means all the good roots actually ripened just like that. Those who have lost their mind actually analogous to those who are actually on a gradual enlightenment path, and their causes are not ripened for them to actually understand and be enlightened. So that's why it actually they used inside the sutra they have lost their minds to represent those Bodhisattvas who actually are walking on the step of gradual enlightenment, or those lesser vehicles. Okay. 佢見藥便服啦，不肯服藥。第一個就係見藥便服，就係冇失者啦，係咪啊？第二個唔肯食藥嘅就係失心者啦。So the one who has taken the medicine is what? The one who have not lost their mind. And the one who did not want to take the medicine is the one who have lost their mind. Okay? So this is actually 呢個實在係乜嘢？實在呢個父作是念，此子可聞，唯獨所中。心皆顛倒，雖見我起，求索救療，如是好藥而不肯服。我今當設方便，令服此藥，即作是言，與等當知。我今衰老，死時已至，是好良藥，今留在此，如可取服，勿憂不錯啊！佢話呢個爸爸諗啦，哎呀呢啲仔女真係要好憐憫佢哋。佢哋中咗咁深嘅毒藥，呢個心都顛倒晒啦。雖然見到我好開心啊，請我開藥啊，但係點樣啊？做好藥咧，佢都唔肯食。佢話我而家要點樣啊？要諗方法，當設方便啊，要諗一啲方法，令服此藥，讓佢哋服藥。呢個方法係乜嘢？就係話我今衰老，死時已至啊！我而家老啦，我就嚟死啦！嗱，呢啲咧是好良藥，嗱呢啲係好藥嚟㗎，我留喺呢度俾你哋食啦，你哋唔使擔心啊，唔會食壞你哋嘅，一定會好嘅。佢就講咗呢樣嘢。So the father thinks to himself, what a shame, these poor children. I have made such a wonderful medicine to cure them, but they don't want to take it. What a pity. Okay, what can I do to help them to take this medicine? So he thought about skillful means. So now I have to use some skillful means to get them to take this medicine. What is that skillful means? The skillful means is tell them I am getting old. This is time for me to die. I'm leaving all this good medicine to you, and you should take this, and don't worry. It will not hurt you, it will only make you better. Okay? So the Buddha actually left this. The Buddha left the medicine to them, right? 作是教義復治他國。好啦，爸爸剩咗呢啲藥俾佢啦，俾啲藥佢啦，顯示還告啦。顯示啊，即係話點啊？揾個侍從，呢個侍從就係咩啊？菩薩啊，派個菩薩翻嚟話俾佢聽，汝父已死啊，佛陀已經入滅啊，入咗滅啊。你爸爸已經死咗，即係代表咩啊？佛陀已經入咗滅啦。是時諸子聞父背喪啊！嗰陣時啊，啲仔聽到，哎呀，我爸爸死咗啦，即係話佛陀已經入咗滅啦，心大憂惱啊，個心啊好唔開心，好唔安樂，好沮喪。然後就諗啦，若父在者，慈憫我等，能見救護。今者捨我遠喪他國。佢話佛陀即係話我爸爸而家喺遠地死咗啦，即係代表咩啊？佛陀已經喺遠地入咗滅啦，即係喺呢一生我哋見唔到佢啦，即係呢個應化身唔見咗啦。Okay. After instructing them in this way, he leaves. Then, after he reached to the other land, he sent back a messenger. And this messenger, who is this messenger? This messenger is all the Bodhisattva. He sent back the messenger and tell the children, your father has died. Your father has died. That means the Buddha has gone into nirvana. And that time, when the children heard that the father has died, they become so distressed. And they thought, if my father is here, he will actually help us. He would have saved us. Now he's gone. He died into a distant land. So that's like us. Thought that the Buddha has gone, or thought that the beings in the world where the Buddha was born, the Buddha has died. He has abandoned us. He has left us. And they started to lament. Okay. Then they remember. 點知咧？佢哋記得啦。自為孤老無復自孤，常懷悲感，心遂醒悟，乃知此藥色味香美，即取服之，毒病皆愈。呢班仔啊嚇，呢班仔啊，10個、20個、100個，呢班仔知道爸爸死咗，因為菩薩翻嚟話俾佢聽，啊佛陀已經入滅啦。嗰陣時先至醒喎，咪即係等於我哋後知後覺啦，係咪？嗰陣時醒咗啦，然後就醒悟啦，醒啦。又知道哦，原來爸爸留喺度有藥啊，有藥啊，啲藥係點啊？色味香美界定位嚟嘅嗱，即取服之，然後點樣啊？然後就即刻攞嚟食啦。食咗之後，毒病皆愈啦，好返啦。其父聞子悉已得初，尋便來歸，咸使見之啊！嚇，嗰個爸爸好遠啊，聽到呢個啲仔咧，原來食咗佢藥好返晒咧，翻嚟見佢哋啦，翻嚟見佢哋啦，咁即係代表乜嘢啊？代表啦呢個佛陀啊，佢假裝喬裝死佢，扮死，入咗滅，實在係希望點樣啊？有化呢啲眾生嘅希望，實在係救佢哋眾生，救佢哋啲眾生，希望佢哋點就自己醒悟，自己要修行啊！咁當佢修行咗之後點樣？佢再示現嚇，再示現俾佢哋，病好咗就再示現俾佢睇咯。So now he has abandoned us. and died in a distant land. So then these orphans, these sons starting to think, they have nobody to rely on, but they remember. They remember their father has left so many of those good medicines. They come to their senses and they remember these medicines with what? Good color, fragrance, and flavor, right? And all these like Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, all these. So they started taking it, and they completely get cured because they have taken this wonderful medicine. And the father in distant land heard that the sons were all cured, and he returned. That means the Buddha, after Nirvana, he heard this, all these bodhisattvas, or all these lesser vehicles people have realized that they have not attained the final goal. He started to again. So that is the Nimaya Kaya, right? 好啦 So then you will say in here, 咁佢會話經文入邊講，咁呢個係咪即係佛講妄語啊？無虛妄也。So then in the sutra it said, then the Buddha is guilty of lying, because he actually entered into Nibbana, but he didn't actually die. So he told the sons that he's going away. So is that a lie? 嚇，咁佢同啲仔講啊，我要去遠住他國啊，嚇，咁係咪？然後佢又再翻嚟啦，咁佢咪講大話咧？咁諸善男子依爾云何？佢話能説此良醫虛妄罪否？不也，不也。佢話我亦如是，成佛以來無量無邊8000萬億羅由他阿僧祇劫，為眾生故以方便力言當滅度，亦無有能如法説我虛妄過者啊！佢話根本你唔可以話呢個良醫係講大話。嚇！佛陀問佢哋啊，咁佢哋話梗係唔係啦，世尊。佢話佛言啊，我亦如是。佢話實在啊，我啊都係啊，成佛以來根本我係無量阿僧祇劫以前已經成佛啦，只係為眾生啊用方便力，用方便，所以我先至話我入滅啊。所以點可以話我講妄語啊 ？So the Buddha said, the Buddha asked the assembly, so good sons, can you say that this fine and wise physician is lying? The assembly said, no, of course, Buddha, no, he's not lying. And the Buddha said, of course he's not lying. I have attained this Buddhahood for so long and eons of life. And all the Buddhas are like this, exactly like me. Because for the sake of all sentient beings, we use all these skillful means to actually lead these defiled sentient beings out of samsara. So, 咁實在我哋有冇緣見到佛？有冇緣？實在整個譬喻已經係講完嘅啦。我之後就係講我哋究竟有緣見佛、無緣見佛嗰啲，實在可講可唔講嘅。不過就已經做完就講埋佢咁解啫。So actually the metaphor, the simile or the story is already been told now. The rest is actually I talk about how can we see the Buddha or not see the Buddha. It's all being expounded in the sutra. Okay, so because supposed to be to 8:15, right? 8:15, 8:30. Oh, so not bad. Okay.
See if we have 4.5 hours left on the tape.
Oh, that's good. Okay. 9:30? Oh, that's good. That's even better. Okay. So, seeing the Buddha, or seeing the Nimaya Kaya, or whatever the other, depends on conditions. 有緣見無緣見，喺呢度講下，究竟點樣可以見，點樣可以唔見？咁佢話實在我常住於此，以諸神通力，令顛倒眾生雖近而不見啊！唔緊要啦，你哋自己睇啦。唔係喺個偈頌入邊啊，喺偈頌入邊噶啦，已經嚇。我常住於此，以諸神通力，令顛倒眾生雖近而不見。Page 296. It says here, I am always here, but due to my divine powers, perverse living beings fail to see me, even though I'm close. 呢個實在講乜嘢？佛嘅報身實在咧，佢成日都喺度，但係我哋見唔到，我哋冇能力見，因為我哋顛倒，所以見唔到佛。佛有種種嘅神通啊！所以我哋顛倒眾生咧，就算佛喺我哋隔離，我哋睇唔到嘅。So here is talking about the Sambhoga Gaya. He says, I'm always here, but because us, we are all defiled. I don't like the word perverse. Did you find it a little bit odd, right? Defiles, unbalanced, afflicted sentient beings, right? So, but because it's here, so those defiled sentient beings fail to see me because why? They are defiled, and also because I have such supernatural power, and those supernatural power actually forbid beings to see the Buddha. The Sambhoga Kaya. So he's talking about the Sambhoga Kaya. Okay? So depending on conditions, so whether you can see, whether you cannot see. So if you have these wonderful virtues, if you have these sharp faculties, then you'll be able to see them, to see him. But if you don't, then you don't have the conditions to be able to see them, right? 當你有呢啲咁福德㗎，係咪啊？有福德嘅，有利根嘅，咁你咪見到咯，報身佛咯。如果唔係嘅話，根本冇可能見到啊！佢話：我見諸眾生沒在於苦惱啊，故不為現身，令其生渴仰，因其心戀慕，乃出為説法。啊，就係因為呢啲眾生啊，但係頭出頭沒咁喺嗰個苦惱入邊浸住晒，所以我唔會為佢哋現身説法。因為點解啊？就算現身説法，佢都唔會聽啊！好啦，當佢點解啊？當佢知道有苦啦，即係好似我哋咁啫嘛，苦啦，我哋要揾方法啦，揾方法點樣可以離苦咧？咁啊，一碰到哇佛陀講喎四聖諦喎，哇真係喎，呢個世界真係苦啊！咁我開始點啊？嚮往啦，嚮往嘅時候點啊？乃出為説法啦，佢就出現嚟同你講法啦。所以咧有時啦，有啲人咧就係。我點解我發夢會見到佛㗎咁啊？即係一就係你信心好爆棚啦，佛去再堅固你更多信心，讓你再上一層樓。一係就係你信心一啲都唔爆棚，唔夠啦，咁啊點啊？佛出現咧，讓你有信心點樣啊？去走向佛道嚇，或者好似我嗰陣時咁啊，我根本冇諗過自己信佛㗎嚇，就係因為碰到一個人啊，讓我睇到。讓我睇到教咗我種種嘅嘢，好啦，唔係佢教我嚇，佢講咗種種嘅嘢，咁啊讓我可以，我媽媽能夠可以好安住咁能夠往生，俾我睇到啊，原來一個人有個咁嘅信心啊，有個信心，有個咁嘅行徑，佢能夠咁有信心咁念佛，佢原來可以臨終可以咁安詳咁自在嚇，呢個佛教究竟講乜嘢嘅咧？咁我先至。嚮往啊，因為見到我媽媽咁樣，我先至去嚮往去尋求。 皆尋求啫，即係一見到就哇，好似點樣啊？好似喺個沙漠度遇到有水咁樣，好似見到甘露水咁，因其心戀慕。我嗰心嗰陣時一路仰慕佛法，渴仰啊，仰慕佛法，咁啊先有尋求咧。咁嗰陣時乃出為說法，嗰陣時係咪佛陀真係現喺我面前？唔係，個法現喺我面前，見到法我就見到佛啦。啊，所以OK， so 好。When I look at living beings, I see them drowning in a sea of suffering. So I do not show myself, making them adore and yearn for me until they are full of longing. Then I appear to teach the Dharma for them. This is actually very easy to understand for myself. I never expected I'd be a Buddhist, let alone a Buddhist nun. Okay, but I remember when my mom was sick, and then this really, I think there was this skillful means of the teachings presented to me, and then how my mom actually lived her last day of life, and have such a peaceful passing, such a beautiful departure, and that actually dawnted on me, and then. Out of circumstances, I actually encountered the Buddha's teachings in a different level after her death, and I looked at it and said, wow, this is what is meant by the Buddha's teachings? That was my ignorance of before, not understanding, not seeing the Buddha teachings the way that I saw it at that moment. And I thought, oh, it's just like seeing water in the desert. And then I started to have this respect and wanting. I didn't see the Buddha. The Buddha did not appear in front of my eyes, but he did in the way of presenting the teachings to me. So I see it that way. Then I appear to teach the Dharma for them. I see it that way. The Buddha actually appeared to me because I saw the Dharma, right? So these kids, these sons, whether they see it, they did not see it. It really depends on the conditions, just like us. 無緣不見，有緣得見，繼續睇。佢話 So we continue to see. Seeing depends on conditions. 佢話是諸罪眾生以惡業因緣啊，過阿僧祇劫不聞三寶名。所以點解啊？我哋真係唔好種惡因啊！因為點解？所有嘅惡因啊，因緣而出現嘅時候，所有緣分出現收惡果嘅話，令到我哋啊多生多世不聞三寶名。唔好講睇，唔好睇法，連聽到都聽唔到。唔好講修行啊！然後點啊？諸有修功德，佢係然後呢個第一個啦。第一個就係講無緣不見啦喎，係咪？無緣不見。然後點啊？又開始講有緣得見，諸有修功德，柔和疾積者，柔和疾積者。係即係話有心啦嚇，有心去學噶啦。呢個係324啦。諸有修功德，柔和疾積者，則皆見我身，在此而説法。呢度係講有緣見到噶啦。有緣見到佛嘅時候，就點樣啊？就會見到我啦嚇。又或者會點樣啊？或是為此眾説佛壽無量啊！此乃見佛者，為説佛難值啊！或者咧喺呢個時候啊，或者為呢啲眾生啊講啊，佛嘅壽量啊係無窮嘅嚇，一路啊，佛已經係根本喺度嘅啦啊！嗰啲見到佛一路喺度嘅人啊，話俾佢哋聽啊，為説佛難值啊！即係話。已經善根好重嘅人都要繼續話俾佢聽，你能夠碰到佛係一個好難得嘅機會啊。Okay, so we continue to see this. Seeing depends on conditions. Sinful Sinful living beings. You know that I don't like the word sin. So unskillful or unwholesome living beings, sentient beings, because of all the unwholesome deeds that they have done in the past throughout countless eons. They fail to hear the names of the three treasures, let alone seeing the Dharma, let alone seeing the words of the Dharma. So this is failing. That is not able to see, right? But the following is, but those who do good, who are gentle and honest, will all see me here teaching the Dhamma. That means they have this mind, they have this pure mind, they have this yearning mind, they have this eagerness. And also, they have these virtues and merits. So at times for this multitude of beings, I teach that the Buddha's life is immeasurable. And for those who already know that the Buddha's life is immeasurable, for those who actually know that, the Buddha still continue to tell them it is very rare to encounter a Buddha. Not to meet, to encounter a Buddha. So that is actually three different categories of people. One is the categories of not seeing. Then the second one is seeing. And then the third one is those seeing but already practicing for a long, long time and already knowing that the Buddha has been a Buddha for a long, long time. 所以你睇到呢度係三類嘅眾生。第一類嘅眾生就係點樣啊？全部係聽唔到佛三寶明嘅。第二類嘅眾生係聽到三寶明嘅啦，已經開始修行嘅啦。第三類嘅眾生就係已經係多生而修，已經係有善根有福德嘅啦。你睇到係點樣啊？係無論係乜嘢眾生點樣啊，佛陀都係不離不棄咁，希望用種種嘅方法去度化佢哋。So no matter what kind of beings, the Buddha is so wise and so compassionate. He just wanted to use all means to lead all these sentient beings out of these cycles of samsara and to reach the state of new Buddhahood. 希望佢哋點樣？希望佢哋能夠入道。每字作是義，最尾嗰四句偈就係呢個如來壽量品最尾嗰四句偈。每字作是義，以何令眾生得入無上道，速成就佛身。就係話整個如來壽量品呢個醫生就係佛陀，呢個孩子就係所有一切嘅眾生。因為佛陀有無量嘅壽命、無限嘅能力，所以喺一切嘅時空、一切嘅空間，佢都能夠存在去幫助一切嘅眾生。佢嘅善巧方便喬裝成為釋迦牟尼佛嚟到為咗乜嘢？鼓勵眾生入道修行，修行入道，無他，就係希望我哋能夠離苦得樂，希望我哋能夠離開呢個愚痴。所以我哋要明白所以我哋要明白，我哋希望我哋能夠珍惜我哋喺呢一生能夠可以接觸到佛法，能夠可以聽得到個經教，我哋係何等有福！喺呢本經入邊，佢講良醫就係話，希望呢個世界嘅眾生能夠知道如何去照顧自己。佛陀已經俾咗好好嘅藥俾我哋，而呢個藥成日都喺我哋身邊。我哋 有冇可以攞到呢個藥去滋潤自己，讓自己可以健康，讓自己可以轉化。我哋要自己要食呢貼藥，要食呢劑藥。如果我哋自己唔食呢劑藥嘅話，係冇人幫我哋食到呢劑藥嘅。只有我哋認到食到呢劑藥，我哋先至知得到我哋自己呢個本身嘅佛性係不生不滅，先至能夠真係能夠速成就佛身。如果唔係，根本就冇可能。所以係每自作是義，以何令眾生得入無上位，速成就佛身。就係佛陀嗰個本懷，就係希望眾生能夠得入無上位，速成就佛身。So here, the Buddha said, Nirvana is the highest. So here is the 298. It's actually very long. In here is 298 from the fifth paragraph. It says, like the physician who uses the skillful means to cure his deranged children, and all the way to the end of the book. That's the last 4 verses. It says, I am always thinking. I, that means the Buddha, always thinking, how can I lead all the living beings to enter this unexcelled way and quickly perfect their Buddha's bodies. That means attain the Buddhahood. So in here, this whole chapter is actually tells us the physician, the fine physician is the Buddha. We, the sentient beings, are all these sons, all these ignorant people. And the Buddha, because of his infinite life and in this infinite space, he has this infinite divine powers. He can exist in anywhere because Dharma bodies, right? Dhammakaya, fasanma. But in this life, in this era, in this lifetime, he manifested himself. 喬裝英文點講呢？ He decorated himself, appear as Gautama the Buddha, like somebody decorate themselves and appear as a prince or princess. What do you call that? It's like disguise. Yes, disguise. Thank you. Yes, disguise. So he disguised as you know. Coming into here as a human being and then going through these 8 stages of life and then went into Nibbana. And he just wanted us to understand. Even a person, even a human being can attain the Buddhahood. And he has given us the medicine. And the medicine is always around us. But are we clear-headed enough to remember to take the medicine anytime, anywhere, any place? When we are sick, we forget. We are blindfolded. Who can take the medicine for us? Nobody can. It's only you yourself can take the medicine and be cured. The Buddha only pointed the way. So when he went into Nibbana, before he went into Nirvana, he already left us all these good medicines, especially the Lotus Sutra. But we don't understand. We forget. We are so ignorant. So now we have this lifetime and we encounter the teachings, and especially for the young ones who have encountered the teachings when they're at such a young age, they really should treasure the medicines and take this medicine and remember this medicine and take this medicine wherever they go and practice and put this into practice so that we could cure, we could transform ourselves. So in the Mahaparinibbana 喺大般涅槃經同樣有呢4句偈講。In the Mahaparinibbana Sutra it says， 佢話能知一切諸因果，亦復通達盡滅道，常施眾生病苦藥，是故世稱大醫王啊！大般涅槃經同樣係講佛陀係一個大醫王。亦復通達盡滅道啊！滅所有煩惱啊！通達啊，即係衝達啊！記得嘛？頭先講過，能知一切諸因果啊，能常施眾生病苦藥，即係對機說法啦。是故世稱大醫王。So he is so well versed in the cause and result of all being, all things, and he knows the way to actually teach the beings according to their faculties, the sharpness of the faculties, give them the different kind of dosage, different kind of medicine, so that they can walk through the path with no hindrances. So that's why we call the Buddha the great doctor. That's the parable. That's the parable of the physician. 呢個就係醫子喻嘅故事啦。嚇，所以佛陀俾咗我哋嘅醫藥啊，就係呢個成佛之道，入邊包括4聖諦、12因緣、8正道、勤修戒定慧。最重要嘅就係我哋能唔能夠用正精進、用正念、用正定、用正見、用正思維，佢發展出嚟我哋呢個智慧，發展出嚟我哋呢個自性佛、自性法、自性僧。呢個係要全部係要靠我哋自己，係靠唔到別人。So the medicine that the Buddha has given us include the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the dependent originations, the cultivation of right efforts, the cultivation of right samadhi, the cultivation of right sati, the cultivation of right views, right intentions, and of course with the right kind of wisdom coming. And that means the whole thing is about the cultivation of self-dependence. Arising allows this inner Buddha nature to arise, and that is our own refuge in the Buddha, in the Dharma, and in the Sangha. So that is his medicine. Never have an expiry date, and it fits all. And not like the mundane medicine that we all take. Some will be cured, some will not be cured, and some will have side effects, some will not have side effects. So please remember to take the medicine. 佛陀所留俾我哋嘅藥係唔會過期嘅。佛陀所留俾我哋嘅藥係個個都啱用嘅。佛陀所留俾我哋嘅藥係冇後遺症嘅，唔會話呢個食就得，嗰個食就唔得，呢個食就會好，嗰個食就會死，唔會嘅，係個個都啱用嘅。所以啊，記住食藥啊，記住食藥啊。So yeah, that's good. OK， 咁上個禮拜咧，我喺我哋大吉祥法會放咗一堂三時繫念。 放咗一堂三世繫念，咁啊最尾咧，我講開始咧就講啊，寶林冇米冇油啊，你哋做護法嘅就要送米送油嚟嚇。呢幾日好多人送米送油俾我哋，有好多人好擔心我哋，咁咧甚至有我唔知邊個嚇。有位朋友咧就直頭將我個三世繫念嗰個開示咧就截咗出去咧就廣告天下，廣告天下，全部送晒喺唔知係用 WhatsApp 用微信啊唔知嚇，總之廣告天下。所以咧溫哥華好多人擔心我哋點解寶林搞成咁啊，冇米冇油啊咁。實際寶林唔係搞成咁啊，係因為咧點解咧嚇？呢個疫情啊。呢個疫情實在係好困難嘅，大家都係好困難，你同我都好困難嚇。咁以前咧就係我哋有出去弘法啦，居士有入嚟啦。咁咧從來我哋唔使寶林唔使自己買米，唔使自己買米，唔使自己買油，即係唔使買鹽買成嘅。但係呢幾個月我哋真係自己要買米，自己要買鹽，自己要買油，真係冇米冇油，咁就要自己買啦嘛，唔通等人哋拎嚟咩？係咪？真係自己買咗幾多次米啦？嗬，買米買油，真係要自己買。咁所以我上個禮拜就話冇米冇油，即係代表乜嘢？即係實在好困難，入不敷支。咁呢個實在都好正常啊，好正常。因為點解啊？我哋咁遠，我哋又唔係話有咩福德，又唔係有咩大護法啊！我有好大個護法。我一定有大護法，因為我後邊嗰個就係寶林嘅大護法地藏菩薩我哋有觀音菩薩做我哋大護法咁，但係畢竟喺呢個世俗上邊要活世俗嘅，要活世俗個生活就係要柴米油鹽啊。咁過幾個月係真係困難，咁我好感恩咧好感恩。呢幾個你哋唔好再買米買油嚟住啦我暫時唔好買米買油嚟住先，因為呢幾日真係好多人送米送油。啱啱咧，譚師傅出嚟就啱啱有人嚟咗送米送油，因為打電話嚟冇人聽，佢就索性揸車揸到嚟呢度。咁所以好感恩無論道場又好居士又好，咁我知道你哋係好用心。記得唔係淨係寶林先至缺度糧嘅，實在好多地方都缺度糧。因為呢個疫情嘅關係所以不單止寶林係需要大家嘅護持，係正法嘅道場，大家都應該要繼續去護持你哋唔使一次過要俾幾多錢，實在係水滴石穿。我情願譬如你每個月100蚊。我每個月100蚊自動轉帳，每個月100蚊，或者每個月10蚊，每個月20蚊，點咁樣定期每一次做嘅話，實在係點咩啊？每一次呢個善行啊，每一個做呢樣嘢，呢個善行，呢個善心喺個心田入邊就係種一粒點啊？供養嘅種子，未算係布施啊，即係供養嘅種子。咁所以呢個係你大家護持三寶嘅一個好好嘅因緣即係雖然唔係話呢個咩疫情係好嘅因緣，而係護持三寶嘅一個好好嘅因緣。因為點解啊？俾你哋記得俾你哋記得三寶嘅責任係乜嘢我哋係負責弘法嘅。如果唔係佛陀點解會做僧眾出嚟咧？會做僧團出嚟，係希望點啊？希望佛法能夠長住於世。佛法長住於世，只係可以靠點啊？靠僧寶去弘揚，僧寶去堅持落去。咁所以你哋身為居士嘅責任就係要護法安僧。安僧就係我哋嘅我哋嘅責任。你哋就要護法護佛護法護僧。咁實在護法護僧實在係乜嘢？第一就係護法，第二就係敬僧，第二就係供佛。供佛係包括尊敬 啊，咁呢個唔好諗住話啊係佛教徒嘅責任或者係義務，完全唔係。實在係我哋學佛，學佛其中一個行門嚟嘅，係一個行門嚟嘅，係行佛道嘅一個門徑嚟嘅，啊，係我哋修福修慧嘅一個門徑嚟嘅，係一個功課嚟嘅，啊，所以今次咁樣咧，有好多啊，我哋好多年冇見嘅朋友，佢哋可能睇到個視頻啊，都打電話嚟，或者啊網上捐錢啊，或者真係叫人托米托油嚟，好多年冇見㗎啦。咁啊，但係我就好希望咧，即係長遠心啊，係長遠心。我記得我20幾年前 ，I will say in English, don't worry, this I will always remember。我20幾年前，同樣寶林經歷有一次又係好困難，打電話返香港同師父講，師父我哋好困難啊，我好困難啊咁啊，師父點講啊？我哋諗住師父會講乜嘢？你知唔知啊？我諗住師父話我會寄啲錢過嚟俾你啊，咁啊係咪啊？你知唔知我師父講咩啊？你估都估唔到啊！我都好困難咧，你冇錢就話俾你聽冇錢咧，所以我咪冇米話俾你聽冇米咯，冇油咪話俾你聽冇油咯。入不敷支咪話俾你聽入不敷支咯。我師父話嘅冇錢話俾你聽冇錢嚟，咪話咗，所以話俾你聽我唔夠錢。我唔係冇錢，我係唔夠錢啫。嚇，知道嘛？嚇，佢20幾年前我前幾日先諗啦。嚇，就我覺得點解會咁講呢番説話咧？啊，原來我師父教咗我嘢根深蒂固咗。喺困難出嚟嘅時候就話俾你聽，我冇錢嚟，我冇米嚟，我冇油嚟。嚇，所以即係師父就話俾我哋聽，即係師父教我哋就係要點啊？直心啦。真係冇我就話俾你聽冇，但係譬如人哋話俾我聽，師父咁我哋要買咩？我話我又唔可以話俾人聽，你同我買呢種米嗰種油啦，咁我唔會講嘅。我話冇所謂，你哋買咩都好。哎呀，師父唔該你講啦，你話俾我聽啦，橄欖油啊，花生油啊，我都可以，因為點解啊？係人哋供養，我唔使指明啊。你買咩就買咩，你歡喜買咩買咩，你開心買咩買咩，你喜歡供咩就供咩。當我指嘅時候就係有咗我見喺度嘞噃。所以咧希望大家咧記住呢個不單止係護法護佛護僧嘅一個行為，實在係讓自己滋長福德因緣嘅一個行為。Okay, so last week after the 三時 I remember there was this little discourse, right? And I told that I said that Po Lam no rice, no oil. So you all mundane people remember to support us. And I said I seldom ask people to actually support. I seldom, really, very rare. And then I said that then since that day people starting to so worry because somebody actually made a clip from that discourse, just that clip, no rice, no oil. And then they said, geez, Po Lam is in deep water. They have no oil, no rice. So in these last few days, we have a lot of oil, we have a lot of rice. And just now, Tan Sifu was disturbed. They went because other place actually send oil and send rice. They call and nobody phoned, so they just stop by. I appreciate it. The Sangha really much appreciated, very grateful. But it was meant to be saying, tell everybody is, yes, it has been very difficult this past few months. Actually, it's never been easy in this last 25 years。實在過往25年係一點都唔容易嘅，唔好講過去嗰幾個月添。So it has not been easy in the last 25 years, let alone this last few months. And I am sure Po Lam is not the only place that is having difficulty. But I just wanted to let people know that yes, we have difficulty because all the rice and the oil were used to be bought in, donated. And in the last 3 months, we had to go and buy rice and oil ourselves. And are we short of money? Yes, we are very short. The expenses are bigger than the income. That is a fact. And that is a very natural fact. And so people were worried, why it ended like this? Why? It's in deep water. It's so natural, right? Because I didn't go out to teach. I only teach online, and you know there is no donation box there for you to put money in. I didn't go anywhere, and people forget. They forget. They come to listen to the lecture. They come to a meditation retreat, and then bye, Sifu. Thank you, Sifu, and that's it, right? So it's so natural that it's difficult. So, and that day I was just casually mentioned, and that aroused such a uproar in Vancouver, and people were sending that clip everywhere. So people were calling, and people were donating, and we really appreciate it. But I just wanted to share with you. I did say that. I was wondering why I said that, and yesterday when I was meditating, I knew why. I knew why. 20-some years ago, we actually experienced the same situation. Very difficult. Really down to really almost like in the bank account is like in only hundreds of dollars. And every month we have to pay insurance and heat and everything, right? And so we called Sifu. And we told him we are so difficult, you know, we're in such a tough situation. You know what he said? I was expecting that he would say, okay, I'll send you some money. You know what he said? I am in deep water too. And he said, when you are in deep water, when you don't have money, you just tell people that you don't have money. And I think that teaching actually stayed very deep in my mind. And so a situation like this, it just came from nowhere. I looked at that clip and I thought, why did I say this? And Tan Sifu said, you really said it a little bit too strong, right? I said, yeah, but it's true though. It's really true though. But I realized why. Because my Sifu said, if you don't have money, if you don't really lacking of money, you have to tell people that you are lacking of money. I have been avoiding this for so long. You all know me. I've been avoiding for so long to tell people that it's very difficult. I have been avoiding for so long. And that day it just came out from nowhere. Oh, just like that. Because I think my Sifu said, you better say it. No, I don't want to put words into his mouth. But so that is one thing. But be reminded. Why did the Buddha set up the Sangha? And why did the Buddha give the responsibility to the householder to support the Sangha? In the very first place. Why? Because he knew in order for the Buddha's teachings to pass from one generation to the next generation, the existence of monastic Sangha is very, very crucial. Without the monastic Sangha, it is very different. And so, he gave the responsibility for the mundane people to support the Sangha, not the Sangha to go out and work and self-supporting. And also, he knew this is one way for the mundane people to actually accumulate merits, to put the practice of generosity, to put generosity into practice, to put dana into practice, to put respect into practice. So, for me, for all of us, we are very grateful for all the support that you have shown in the last a little while. And for those friends we haven't heard from long time ago, they saw this clip and they all came. A lot of them actually came and donated and supported us. And I wish that you will do it like consistently for a long period of time. Consistently. I really like every month, $10, $20, $50, $100, no matter how much you can. Just do it every month. Every month you do it, you see, it reminds you this is a practice. And one more opportunity to remind you this is a practice, to remind you the importance of this practice, to remind you the importance of supporting the Sangha, to remind you the importance of the Sangha in passing on the teachings. Don't worry. Today we have a lot of rice and oil. Don't buy any more oil and rice. E-transfer, please. 我哋暫時個米同鹽係夠呢幾個月啦。如果你哋真係想護持三寶嘅話，請你哋入錢過嚟啦嚇。OK 嗱，但係記住，真係唔係淨係寶林先需要。我好希望你哋記得好多道場，尤其是有啲小嘅道場啊，即係唔會話即係冇早停啊嗰啲咧，係真係需要護持嘅。So remember, not just Po Lam is in deep water. A lot of places are, especially the small ones, which don't have a mother monastery. Back in some places, they could be difficult too. Okay, so go support those too, please. Okay. 我講晒啦，你哋有冇嘢講啊？對唔住啊，今晚過晒鐘啦，過咗1個鐘頭啊，害得你哋冇覺好瞓。好啦，我哋個法花七語講晒啦。你哋有冇嘢講啊？You have anything to say？ 法花七語the seven parables completely done. You sigh.
Put a lot of work into it.
Okay. 願以此功德普及於一切我等與眾生，皆共成佛道。May these blessings extend to all, that we with all the living beings together will attain the Buddha way. I wish more and more people will encounter the words of the Buddha, be able to study, understand and practice them, and put them into their real life, liberate themselves from their own defilements, and be truly happy and free and peaceful. 我哋希望有更多嘅人能夠聽聞如來微妙嘅法語，好好咁明白、學習，乃至實踐，讓自己可以從自己所有嘅煩惱束縛解脫出嚟，得到真正嘅自由、快樂同自在。Thank you. Thank you. 祝大家各位安全同快樂。So may all of you be safe and be happy.
多謝師傅，師傅晚安。
晚安。Okay. You're welcome. Good night. Bye bye.
下星期見。
Okay, everything will resume next Tuesday. 星期二開始去返正常啦嚇，開始英文嘅In the Buddha's Word。星期三就發句經，星期五就係歸途，星期日就半日禪。Okay, so next week we will return back to the so-called normal online teachings. Tuesdays in the Buddha's words, Wednesdays the Dhammapada in Cantonese, Friday my book Way to Home in Mandarin, and Sunday half-day meditation. Okay? All right.
Okay, see you next week.
See you next week. Bye-bye. Good night.